In honor of journaling for 16 years, I wanted to read some of my old journal entries. Oh, we're starting off with a bang. I was kind of boy crazy. I can write in the heat of the moment or about sex or whatever. I'd actually love to write about him forever. Clearly, my potential future experiences and or fantasies with guys. This was when I wrote about my first ever crush. Honestly, I feel like I'll never have a boyfriend. This is a scary journal. This is peak middle school journal. Ooh, this is tea. This is so cute. And maybe getting engaged too. Oh my gosh. Why? We got the journal entry with a text from my ex. Dun dun dun. What's going to bring you joy this week in the next month? What's the secret? This is a crazy one to end with. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carrie Walker, and just for some context, I started journaling when I was 6 years old on November 4th, 2008. Then on January 1st of 2017, I started daily journaling, so I've been journaling every single day for almost 8 years now, which is about half of the time that I've been writing in a journal. These are all of my journals that I filled up, except for this one. This is my current journal, and it's not currently filled up. In total, there are 26 journals. Today, I'm gonna be choosing 16 different dates from the days that I've been journaling and reading those 16 entries in honor of 16 years of journaling. I did a video like this for my 14 years of journaling, but I read the journal entry that was on the journaling anniversary of every year. So you got like a whole spectrum of me growing up in that video, which is really cool. Today, we're just doing random days though. I have this random day generator here on my phone, and it starts at November 4th, 2008, which is the first day I started journaling, all the way until 16 years later. So let's just go ahead and do it. I'm scared. The very first date is June 22nd, 2020. That's 3 months into COVID. Wait, why does that sound like a really scary day to start off on? Life is a beautiful ride. Just like this video, it's gonna be quite the ride. Oh, I actually can't read this. We're starting off with a bang. It's just crazy because this was like 4.5 years ago, and I'm just a completely different person. Let's just skip over the first couple paragraphs. I wrote, anyway, today was pretty alright, nothing too crazy. My brother invited some friends over. Other than that, I got a ton of editing done. One of my friends dropped off a super thoughtful letter that I taped in. Oh, that's really cute. Look, I have the letter. June 2020, it starts out saying, Carrie, you're a hero and a spectacular person. You rock, you roll, and you handstand. At the time, I was really into handstands. I know we've talked a lot about your lack of motivation on some days, but when you say you're gonna do something, you actually go out and do it. In fact, more often than not, you do more than what you say you'll do ahead of time. I've seen you put together the best surprises and gifts for so many people, including Grace, your mom, and myself. Your generosity is priceless, and don't ever let anyone take advantage of that. I know you go far and spread your kindness to other people, whether it's in person, through text, or through your YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, my YouTube channel. This is like not even a year into my YouTube channel, I think. Speaking of your channel, I know at this rate you're gonna blow up someday with that channel and replace Ellen DeGeneres. I heard she's mean to the people around her, yikes. I think you could even be an author and write your own book someday. Maybe you could write a memoir out of your journal entries, but whatever you do, I know you'll do it without pulling any punches. Wait, this is such a sweet letter. I love that I taped this in. And then on the next page, which is still in the same entry, I taped in a grad card of somebody that I had a crush on. What a chaotic journal entry this was, because there's like this super sweet letter, but then like the first couple paragraphs was just pure chaos, which, guys, I'm sorry, I just can't share that online. It's just, you know, COVID things. We were all losing our minds. I think it's really sweet though that that letter talked about my YouTube channel and my journals, writing a memoir. Like, that's just really cool, especially because this video is all about my journaling anniversary, how much I've grown as a person, and there really is something special about having like a memoir of your life within your journals. All right, next one. Also ignore my cracked screen protector. Number 2, what is it? March 19th, 2014. The thing about my journal entries before I started daily journaling is that I didn't journal every day. So I might not actually have a journal entry with this date, but if not, I'll just choose whatever is closest. So I don't have a March 19th, but I do have a March 20th, 2014. I was about to turn 12. My birthday is March 22nd, so I was 11, about to be 12. And I said, OMG, it's my cookie day on Saturday. I'm bringing cookies tomorrow to school, and so is Ben. Ben is my twin brother. So yesterday, for some reason, 2 dudes in my class were deciding who their favorite person at the lunch table was, and they both said me. I think I read this in the last Reading My Diary video. I'm just so pretty, lol. Not to mention, Jacob agrees, if you know what I mean. Hee hee, weird. Anyways, we got our test results back. We need to get in the 91st percentile or higher to get into Algebra 1 next year. You also need to get a past advanced score on the math SOL. So Ben got a 99% and I got a 96%. Stupid Ben. Always competing with my twin brother. He answered all the questions and I left out 6, but I still passed. We pranked Dad saying I got 88% and Ben got 99%. I acted all sad and he totes bought it. When we were saying our favorite parts, I said one of mine was Ben getting 99%. Also, just for context, we would go around the table at dinner time and say our favorite parts of the day. So I said that one of my favorite parts was Ben getting a 99%. And then my dad said that was really nice and mature of me. But then I was like, and I also got a 96%. Woohoo! It was awesome. Oh yeah, my strengths teacher asked me if I was doing strings next year. And I said possibly. She said I really should because I'm so good at violin, especially because I started last year and the strings teacher was really nice. Oh yeah, go me. With little smiley faces. We love a little wholesome 12 or 11-year-old, almost 12-year-old journal entry. Number 3, we have November 24th, 2017. So this is in my first year of daily journaling and I would have been 15. I'm gonna guess it's in this journal here. I love too that I have all of my journals, and whenever I hear like a date and a year, I can kind of catalog my journals and go through it like a filing cabinet and think like, I'm pretty sure that's in this journal. It's just like cool to kind of have periods of my life separated like that. Let's see. No, this ended in September of 2017, which means it's actually in the next one, but I was close. Oh my gosh. I hope it's not the entry that I just am looking at right now. Okay, phew, it's not. I'm just glancing at this and I feel like this might take us for a wild ride. I said, I just realized that I'm over halfway done with this journal. I wonder if I could finish it by the end of the year. That would be a stretch, but who knows? I think I did, actually. Yes, I did. I'm really tired physically, but mentally I'm awake and I just want to write or talk to a guy that I had a crush on. Guys, one thing about me is I was kind of boy crazy in middle school and high school. Let's give him a fake name because it looks like I'm writing about him a lot. Hey Siri, give me a random guy name.
There's no one in your contacts named Random.
That's not what I want. Let's do a random guy name generator. Random name generator says Leo, so we're gonna go with the name Leo. So I just want to write or talk to Leo, or basically anything with Leo. As much as I love doing it, it's hard for me to write about Leo, only because I'd way rather talk to him, etc. And it's insanely challenging and basically impossible for me to describe him or my feelings towards him. I'm really tired though because I woke up at 4 a.m. to go Black Friday shopping with mom for 10.5 hours. Wow. Then I took a 5-hour nap when I got home. I'm still very tired, but I don't want to go to bed, but at the same time, that's all I want to do. I mostly just want to eat food, but it's 11:20 at night, so I probably shouldn't. Okay, so back to Leo. So I constantly worry about what my future self will think of what I write. I've briefly written about it before, but I've come to a conclusion on how I feel about it / an explanation. This is interesting because I'm reading this from a future perspective literally like 7 years later. So we'll see what I think. First of all, sometimes I feel like I limit / filter certain things that I write about because I don't want to disappoint my future self. I'm a people pleaser and I myself am my biggest critic and I have the highest standards for myself. I know that I'm going to look back at what I've written and laugh. After all, I do this now. But I also want to look back and think, wow, I was so wise, mature, aware, kind, etc. for my age. And because of that, I'll sometimes avoid writing about the bad things, etc., which in a way can be good because it's good to focus on the positive in life, but it's also healthy to get it out of my system. And it's my diary, so I shouldn't confine myself to only writing about role model-like things. I can write in the heat of the moment or about sex or whatever. I guess I didn't want to write about my thoughts on that because it's who I am. And when I look back, I want to remember the real me, not the ideal teenager that adults usually expect. And I want to be that, no doubt, and I feel like I am for the most part, but to a certain degree, I think it's good not to. There's no such thing as a 100% perfect person, and I should be honest with myself and not long to be something I'm not. Something that no one is or ever can be. Now, to Leo. I definitely don't avoid writing about him. I'd actually love to write about him forever, clearly. However, I'm always worried about how I'll react to it all in 10, 20, 50 years. Not just me, but also my husband, which at this point could literally be anyone. Who the heck knows? I definitely plan on sharing my journals with my future husband, but I'm nervous about what he'll say / think about it all. What I write about Leo or any other boys. He might not like reading about my potential future experiences and or fantasies with guys. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay, wow. This is so crazy, like reading this now engaged and just being like, wow. I don't love all the stuff that I wrote about things in the past, but also at the same time, like I was literally 15 when I was writing this. So, you know, I don't know. It's definitely, there's mixed feelings reading back on things. Nonetheless, I'm not going to restrict myself from writing what I want. Obviously, my opinions and feelings on most things will change throughout the years, but I'm writing for me, my current self, because I want to. Okay, well, that's enough from that entry. All right, number 4, we have March 6th, 2011. My first little diary. I don't have a March 6th, but the closest thing to that is May 13th, 2011. I was 9 years old, and this was when I wrote about my first ever crush. If you've watched the Reading My Diary series, you guys know this journal entry. I said there's this guy in my class named Jack, and for the Reading My Diary series, I've just given him a fake last name of Smith because I write his last name with his first name quite often when I'm talking about him. So, named Jack Smith. And I think he has a secret crush on me. He has been really nice to me, and yesterday I saw his sister and I said, "Hi, are you Jack's sister?" And she said, "Yeah, you must be Carrie." "How did you know?" I said. "Jack talks about you all the time." So now I'm really scared because he likes me and he's the first guy that I know that has a crush on me. And then in the next entry I was like, I actually think he's kind of cute. I kind of like him too, which is just so cute. Little 9-year-old crush. See, like that's something that's just so wholesome to have written down. Journal entry number 5, July 23rd, 2022. That's a more recent journal entry. Celebrate every day. I was 20 years old when I wrote this. Saturday, 6:23 p.m., July 23rd, 2022. I said, guess who filmed 4 videos today? I'm trying to bulk film some videos before I go home next week since all of my filming stuff is in Charlottesville and I'm not sure what day I'll be back. It'll probably be around mid-August if I had to guess. I'm so tired, but I'm looking forward to going to my brother's ex-girlfriend's birthday celebration. Still waiting to hear back from Casetify on if they can change the shipping address for me and if I can get a tracking number regardless of where it goes. I was working with Casetify at the time for a video and I guess we're just figuring out some logistical things that I wrote about. That was pretty tame. Number 6, we have March 28th, 2017. I would have just turned 15 when I wrote this journal entry. Okay, well, guys, I literally hate that so many of my journal entries of being a teenager were about guys. I literally hate that about myself. Honestly, I feel like I'll never have a boyfriend. Classic 15-year-old teenage girl. Obviously, I know it'll happen one day. It's just hard to imagine me having a boyfriend. And here I am, engaged. I just need to like jump back into the pages to 15-year-old Carrie and be like, just wait. But I really want one though. I still would like to get to know some guy, but I'm almost positive he likes this girl. And I know she likes him and they'll probably end up dating. And this other guy and this other girl love each other and whatnot, so that guy's out of the question too. Ugh, I don't want to just pick any guy though because to me, dating is special and should last more than a week, like a lot of middle school and high school relationships do. You know, at least I prioritized that. I wasn't just trying to date anybody. I wanted to have a relationship that was actually going to be worthwhile. So I respect that about myself. As boy crazy as I was, I respect that. Anyway, I have so much homework and so many projects, and apparently the quarter ends next week, the 7th. I didn't even realize it was so soon. And of course, my history teacher scheduled a really huge Socratic seminar that day that's going on 3rd quarter. Oh boy, I really hope I can bring my A- up to an A in history. Ugh, I hate history so much. Next we have, whoops, what did I just do? Oh, but it gave us a day though. December 20th, 2016. There we go. This is a scary journal. This is like peak middle school journal. Oh my gosh, oh gosh, oh wow, oh wow. This is a long journal entry, 12 pages. We're not gonna read that all. We'll read some of it though, but it looks pretty bad. December 20th, 2016. I need to get busy if I want to finish this diary by the end of the year. That's probably why I wrote 12 pages, because I was trying to finish up this much of the journal in like 11 days. Fortunately, I have quite a bit to write about and a lot of random things to tape in to use up space. Okay, so that second thing that I promised to write about was just this huge dramatic thing that happened on Mom's birthday, September 22nd. Now it's not a big deal, but I'm still going to write it down. It'll take forever, but it takes up space, so I'm doing it. It started with one of my friends and I talking about a guy and a girl who were dating and how that guy was forgetting about his friends. It wasn't just us who thought this. A lot of people did. Also, I was 14 when I wrote this, by the way. So my friend texted that guy, she screenshotted it and sent the texts to me. And she said to him, the guy in the relationship, "Hey, I wanted to start off by saying I'm your friend and I'm not blaming you for anything. I just wanted to bring something to your attention. I know you and his new girlfriend are super happy together and I so support you guys. It's really cute, but please don't forget about your friends. I've only talked to a few, but everyone just feels IDK'd, like you've left them behind or that you don't care anymore. And honestly, I don't know you that well, but I know the people that are upset care an awful lot about you. I'm not saying you have to do anything. I just wanted you to realize what's happening if you didn't already. I hope you'll think about it." You know, that is just so weird that that's something that I cared to write about, because that's not very dramatic at all to me. I guess my 14-year-old self thought it was dramatic that friend group dynamics were shifting. And you know, to be fair, it probably was one of like the first little relationships that popped up in middle school, so that's probably why it was like, oh my gosh, these two people are dating. I literally just wrote down their text conversation that she had screenshotted me. Ooh, this is tea. I had a crush on him and he was in a relationship. Dun, dun, dun. Why did I write so many pages of texts? Although it is really interesting to see how my 14-year-old self texted, because it's like insight into just who I was as a person. Number 8, we are halfway. April 3rd, 2020. That's like really fresh COVID. That's like right after COVID hit. Oh my gosh, wait! This is so cute! Friday, 10:39 p.m., April 3rd, 2020. I was 18 when I wrote this. My senior year of high school had already ended because of COVID, and I already was planning on going to UVA later that year. And I said, today was a much more productive day. I worked out this morning, which I really don't think I should have done considering the state of my head. Oh, I'm pretty sure 2 days prior, on April Fool's Day, I dropped a barbell on my head and I had a huge knot on my head. And I worked on my handstands for just a little bit today, and that killed my head. It hurts so bad, but I really wanted to work out, and man, I'm already so sore. But then I said, in other news, Laura and I are going to be roommates. That is so adorable. Laura was my first and second year roommate at UVA, and she's just the best. We're still really close to this day. And this is so cute. It's when we agreed to be roommates. And I said, kind of crazy, kind of doesn't feel real. She's really sweet and we have quite a bit in common. We seem to both have the same organizational habits and sleep habits. We're both pretty much on the same page for academics, parties. She's undecided for her major, and also she is literally the most talented artist I know. It's insane, which still to this day stands true. She's a phenomenal artist, you guys. I always love bragging about her because she's incredible. Laura is the best. Her drawings literally look like pictures, not exaggerating. Hopefully she can rub off on me. Haha. She also loves theater, so we'll probably do that together. We did not do theater together in college, but we talked about it a lot. I'm a little nervous because obviously I don't know everything about her and I've never lived with a roommate before, but I'm sure it'll be great. I need to remember to bring her pretzel goldfish. That's so cute. One of the things I love doing with my old journal entries is sharing them with other people, especially when they're like sweet things like this. When I first met Laura, and getting to share that with her is just so cool that we can bond over that like shared memory of first meeting each other. All right, what do we got? August 10th, 2024. That is very recent. Wait, that's like 2 weeks before I got engaged. So that would be in my 25th journal. This is a really sweet journal entry. So I was 22, still am. Saturday, 8:40 p.m., August 10th, 2024. I was writing about getting to see my fiance soon. We hadn't seen each other in quite some time at this point. I was just so excited to see him. Oh, that's so sweet. And I said, and I'll be on my way over there so soon, just editing my little heart out in the meantime. And then I have, gosh, I just cannot express how much joy and excitement I feel at the thought of seeing him so soon and maybe getting engaged too. Like, what? Is this my real life? How can I be this blessed? Thank you, Lord. I truly do not deserve this, but I am so grateful. No, really, I do not take these immense blessings for granted. I'm so humbled. That's really sweet. I love this journal entry. Those are the kinds of things that are just so wonderful and amazing to have written down, because that will forever be a journal entry that I truly cherish and love so much. Journal entry number 10. We have July 15th, 2021. There's so many good journal entries right around here, but of course I had to have this. Why? Okay, well, I was dating my ex-boyfriend at the time. I wrote this on Thursday, 3:19 p.m. on July 15th, 2021. We were 2 months into our relationship, and I had just written down a text that he sent me that I really liked. I'm like looking at the surrounding journal entries and I'm like, there are so many cute, fun things I could have shared that wasn't this. For example, I hit 100K on TikTok TikTok. Like, that's really cool. But no, that wasn't the journal entry that we got. We got the journal entry with a text from my ex. I mean, at the time he wasn't my ex, but like, I just don't care about this anymore. I said, I've gotten so much done today and I'm really proud of myself. I wanted to take a break though to copy down the sweetest thing that my at the time boyfriend texted me 2 nights ago. And then I literally made this beautiful little border display and then wrote the text in the middle of it. It just feels weird reading back on these kinds of things because I'm like, it just feels very foreign to read back on these kinds of entries. We're gonna leave it at that. It's also kind of funny thinking back to that other journal entry that we got where I was like 15 or something and I'm like, I'm never gonna have a boyfriend. And then in that journal entry I was 19, I think, and had my first boyfriend, so it's like, just needed to wait like a few more years. Number 11, what do we got? July 16th, 2023. What is with all of these like more recent ones? Sunday, 11:56 p.m., July 16th, 2023. Also, by the way, I was 21 when I wrote this. What a good day. I got a lot of editing done, got a video uploaded, posted on my Instagram, ate some good healthy food, texted with my fiance, Alil. At the time, he was still my boyfriend. Took a shower and did my skincare. Finished going through my whole closet. I'm getting rid of so much clothes. Woo. Just a very good day overall. I got a lot done and I'm proud of myself for breaking out of the slump that I've been in recently. I still have so much room for improvement though. Excited to keep moving forward. I didn't realize how much of myself I missed until now that I'm feeling more like myself. I didn't realize I wasn't feeling like myself. Anyway, moral of the story is that it feels good to feel more me and I'm excited to keep going down that route. It feels so good, especially after all the anxiety I've had recently. Thank you, Lord. I lift this up to you and thank you for your goodness and graciousness. I am so grateful to feel like who you've created me to be. That's really sweet. I love how I put that. Grateful to feel like who you've created me to be. That is truly the best feeling. I don't remember why I was feeling in a slump at this time, but I love that I credited the Lord to kind of helping me out of that because he truly is the way. Also, that's another thing, just as a side note, seeing all of my many journal entries from before I was a believer to when I first started exploring a relationship with the Lord and just religion in general, but specifically when I first started pursuing Christianity and seeing how my life transformed so much in just the best ways. Like, yeah. Wow. I love that I have that growth documented throughout my journal. So although it is kind of weird to look back on so many different journal entries where I just didn't know the Lord, it does make me all the more grateful for knowing him now, because I look back on those old journal entries and I'm just like, ooh, I am glad I'm not that person anymore. But then I'm like, thank you, Lord, for helping me not be that person anymore. Moving on, number 12, what do I got? November 2nd, 2017. Hopefully it's not too cringy, although I'm sure that's what you guys are hoping for. November 2nd, 2017. I was 15 years old. Math is hard. No, calculus is hard. And that's hard for me to accept because math is supposed to be my strong suit, but we just move at such a fast pace that I don't have time to understand it. I'm trying, I really am, but I need help. Our quizzes kept getting rescheduled and we're finally taking them both tomorrow and I don't feel ready. Our test is on the class after that, which thankfully is a week from today because of the 4-day weekend. The quarter ends tomorrow and I'm getting my first B+ ever in math. Dun dun dun. That really must have messed me up, the perfectionist in me, and with math being my best subject. I mean, granted, I was in a really hard math class for like 9th grade. I'm not going to write about yesterday, and I'll write down my poem another time. What poem? I want to know what poem I was gonna write about. I don't see a poem. What the heck? That's upsetting. I want to know what poem I was talking about. I'm really not feeling it right now. I just want to go to bed and I'll hope for the best with math. I'm really going to regret this decision if the quizzes are really hard, but I'm lacking any motivation and I have a busy weekend and I'm getting sick. And I just don't want to do anything. I hate being so emotional. I hate that I'm so dramatic. I'm just going to go to bed and try not to worry even though it's only the first quarter. This is supposed to be the easiest quarter. How in the world am I going to survive the rest of this year? I have absolutely no idea, but I will. One way or another. Who knows? And I definitely survived. It's really cool that my journal entries also show more mundane things like that. Number 13, coming right up, December 19th, 2011. I don't have a December 19th, 2011, but I have a December 17th. I was 9 years old and I said, today is Daddy's birthday. He is coming home on Tuesday to visit. He was stationed in California at the time for a year and we stayed in Florida where we were living at the time. OMG, I can't wait until Christmas and Hanukkah. I don't have much to write about. Right now I'm watching iCarly iCarly. Oh, to be 9 years old watching iCarly. Mommy is walking Jake, Nate's in the bathroom, and Ben and Sammy are downstairs doing something. Those are my siblings. Pretty solid. Pretty straightforward, solid, cute little 9-year-old journal entry. Also, this was the phase of my life where for the little dots on eyes and like periods and stuff, I did a circle instead of a dot. I don't know why. We have November 11th, 2018. I was 16. I just realized today is 11/11, like the time 11/11 where you make a wish. I'm very ashamed of myself. Oh, this is really sad actually. I'm not gonna read that. But I got to see my childhood best friend Nora that day. I said I got to see Nora today and it was really, really nice. She's in DC for a school field trip. I made it my top priority to go see her because I miss her and I miss the way things used to be. She was my friend in Florida and then I moved to Virginia. So it was really cool for her to have a field trip to DC because I lived like kind of near there so that I was able to go visit. She serves as a reminder for when things were good. Oh, our time was unfortunately cut short, but it was really great to see her. I have an unbelievable amount of homework to do. I'm so behind in absolutely everything. My soul is tired. I'm tired. Aw, that's sad. Journal entry 15. What do we got? December 29th, 2020. Tuesday, 4:46 p.m., December 29th, 2020. I was 18 years old when I wrote this and I was answering a little journal prompt that I taped in at the top of the page and it says, how do you feel today? And I said, I really love this prompt because it's a nice check-in and I think it's important to stay in touch with how you feel. Today, I would say that I'm feeling pretty good. I've been having some pretty nice, relaxed, but productive days recently, which I've really been enjoying. For some reason though, I felt pretty tired these past couple days and I'm not 100% sure why. I did a lot of reading earlier today, which really helped silence my mind from all of the things I'm usually thinking about. I've never been a big reader, but I've really been loving it recently. Someone once told me that if you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book. And from someone who used to hate reading, I definitely think that's true. I'm also feeling kind of hopeful today, but not in an eager way. I feel like 2021 has a whole lot of potential for me, but I'm not just wanting to race right through it. After how long 2020 felt, but at the same time how quickly it seemed to end, I'm pretty excited to just take things day by day, give it my all, but take rests when needed, and just see all that 2021 has in store. Honestly, I'm just hoping it's better than 2020. I feel like my mind is kind of blank at the moment and I'm not in the biggest writing mood, so I might go read or something in a bit, just to mindlessly do something. Maybe some editing? That might actually be a good idea considering I'm uploading daily in all of January. Still can't believe I'm doing that, but it'll be great and so far so good. Oh, also another thing about today that made me feel super happy and appreciated was the fact that Dad referred to my YouTube channel as my job. It wasn't a huge deal or anything, but it was just really rewarding to hear that since I put a ton of work into my channel and it was nice to feel recognized. He said he was also reading through the comments on my latest video and he was telling me how proud and impressed he was of me for inspiring others to start journaling. I obviously don't do it all to be praised or rewarded or anything, but things like that just really warm my heart and remind me just how worth it that it all is. So I'm feeling very thankful and proud today and I'm really grateful for that. That's really sweet and also so true. I really cannot express to you guys how much it means to me when I get comments like that. I also wrote the next page too in this same entry because my daily uploads in January of 2021 that I mentioned was a daily journal prompt challenge. It was just easier to film stuff ahead of time, to edit it ahead of time so that I could get it uploaded every day. So I did 2 journal entries in one day on this day, and so the second one was what's going to bring you joy this week in the next month, and I drew 2 little doodles right next to it. There's a rainbow and also a little sun with a smiley face, and I said I'm really excited for this next week / month because there are just so many wonderful things in store. This journal entry is a part of my January 5th video, but it's technically before New Year's when I'm filming this video, so I'm obviously very excited for the start of 2021. There are a lot of fun things that'll bring me joy other than the new year, including the fact that I have the whole month of January off from school since the semester doesn't start until February 1st. Whoa, throwback to COVID times. I miss college a lot, but I really have been enjoying the time off and it gives me a ton of time to focus on my YouTube channel, which makes me so happy. Daily uploads definitely wouldn't be possible without it, and I've really been loving the family time at home too. Anyway, another thing that's bringing me joy, which is also a secret right now. Ooh, what's the secret? Is that I'm going on a date probably next week. I wonder if I shared this in the video. I probably didn't. Hoping he doesn't randomly see this video because that would be awkward. But you know what? Oh well. No idea how it'll go, but so far so good, and it's kind of exciting nonetheless. And if the date itself doesn't end up bringing me joy, oh well. I have no idea who that date was with. And then I ended it saying, overall, I'm keeping my head up and feeling joyous about a lot of things. And now for the very last journal entry of today's video, number 16, we have dun, 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 August 4th, 2019. I was 17. Oh my gosh. This is a crazy one to end with. Wow. Okay, Sunday, August 4th, 2019. Starts off not too crazy. Still have to clean my room and pack and do my nails, but I went to the gym and it was so good. My workout was just great and felt awesome. I just felt so strong and energized and it was so great. This morning I was feeling pretty unmotivated and lazy, but I still got up and went to the gym and I'm so glad I did. I just felt kind of unstoppable. Go me, that's awesome. I even ran for an extra 5 minutes on the treadmill, which for me is really saying something. Crushing it. Okay, now here's where it gets pretty awful. Also, Mark the gym trainer guy, oof. Before I get into this, there was a gym trainer at the gym that I was at. He had introduced himself to me. His name was Mark. He was just like very friendly to me and had come up to me being like, yeah, if you ever need help with your workouts, like whatever. And then he started kind of like working out near me and stuff. And I was kind of like this weird, I must have written about him at some point just because I guess I was already getting kind of like weird vibes or like, I don't really know what's going on. I saw him for the first time in a while today and it was interesting. He came over to me and started a conversation and said that he hasn't seen me in a while and that he'll miss seeing me around while I'm gone this next week and that we'll need to keep in touch. So weird. I don't know where I was going. Oh, I was going to like an externship thing out of town. So I guess I must have told him like, yeah, I won't be around. And he said he was gonna miss me, which is weird. I was like, maybe he's just trying to be friendly, but then also kind of weird that he was like working out near me. He also apparently was in the army for 5 years and is now trying to join the feds. So he's gotta be at least 23 years old. So here I am already getting weird vibes, like trying to also like figure out how old he is because I had no idea. And I'm just like, kind of like, I'm 17, this is weird. And then when I moved to a different part of the gym, he moved over to where I was and started doing difficult exercises nearby while I was stretching. He asked me if I was into yoga and started talking to me again. At one point he said that I was gorgeous. Oop. And told me how he once ran a half marathon with his blind friend, and he also said I looked like a smart girl. This is so awful, especially knowing like what I know now. I mentioned how I am currently in the college application process, so he should know that I'm a minor. He said we'll have to go on a run sometime. I mentioned that I hate running, and he said that he'd be there to encourage me and would carry me if he needed to. Like here I am like not knowing what to say. He's like, let's go on a run sometime, and I'm like, I hate running, like no thanks. And he's like, oh, I'll encourage you. And I'm pretty sure he had said like, I'll throw you over my shoulder and like carry you or something. I was just like, okay, weird. Okay, my camera just died, but that was basically the end of that journal entry. But I later found out that he was 30 years old and I was 17. And I told him that I was 17 and he had said something along the lines of like, oh, I don't mind. He was like, you're almost 18. I think you can make decisions for yourself. It was awful. I stopped going to that gym. I wish I reported him. As it was kind of all unraveling, I didn't fully know exactly if he was just trying to be a nice gym trainer guy because he worked there, and I was just kind of like, this is weird. And also he found my Instagram too at one point and requested to follow me. I like blocked him on everything. It was really really scary. I told my parents and they were like, you're not going to that gym anymore, and I was like, yeah, no. On that note, that is 16 journal entries from the 16 years that I've been journaling. Really cool how much of a story you can get from only 16 journal entries, obviously from a very wide range of time. Also crazy to think how that is only 16 journal entries of the hundreds of thousands that I have. The fact that the 16 that I shared in this video is just a teeny little fraction is just so crazy. And what's even crazier is that even though I have so much written down, that too is only a fraction of my life. And that's what's cool about journaling. It captures so many memories and moments of your life, but it still just doesn't capture the true depth of our lives, which is just really cool to think about when reflecting on all of my journal entries. Your journal entries really give a window into your past life, and that's just really, really sweet and really special. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. There was a lot of crazy stuff in this video. Anyway, I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!